Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. Aries, this is your June predictions for the entire month. I've got a pick a card reading for you today, so hopefully that's awesome. And yeah, so if you haven't done this kind of reading before, basically you're going to be asked to pick between pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I have pre-stacked the piles, but I haven't actually looked at what cards are in the piles. So this will be an adventure for everybody. So again, the idea is to pick 1 or 2 or all 3 if you want to stick around and hang out and listen to all 3 predictions. This is for Aries for June 2020. Now Aries, that can be your sun sign, which is the one that everybody knows, the one that you were born under. Your rising sign, which is where the sun was at the time you were born that day. Your moon sign, which is where the moon was at the time that you were born. And your Venus, which, yeah, is where Venus was at the time. So those are the ones. For me, it always works to go with sun sign, but a lot of people say that their rising sign fits them better. I will put a link in the description for a place where you can go and check out birth charts if you don't happen to know what your sign is for rising and moon and Venus. All you have to do is know your date of birth, your place of birth. Can be like New York, London, just the city is fine. And also your time of birth, if you happen to know it within a pretty good, I mean, it's a range, right? So if you know you were born in the morning of, you can pick like 9 or 10 in the morning. It'll be within that realm. Yeah, so doing this couple of different ways. You can pick a couple of different ways. You've got the 3 piles, so you can pick your lucky number. You can close your eyes. Some people like to close them for a second. Breathe in, breathe out, little meditation. I can do a slow one of those in a second. I'm just trying to get all the options available to you out. The other thing is I've got a couple of stones and crystals up here. So we've got hematite. This is tiger's eye. You can't really see it, but there is a brown, it's almost like, it's kind of weird. It looks like licorice, right? Because it's got the darker color on both the front and, or the top and bottom, and then the brown's like in the middle. And then this, correct me, anybody, I appreciate it. It's either going to be green agate or it could be adventuring. It's sort of it's a greenish. I'm not sure if you can really see the color there. Yeah, so any one of those is great, or many of those. So give yourself a moment. If you want to do the sort of meditating on the concept and give your eyes a close, breathe in deep, breathe out, and open your eyes slowly. The idea is whatever pile you were drawn to when you opened your eyes, that's the pile that's meant for you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with pile 1. And yeah, I'll see numbers. I'm going to put the timestamps for all the piles in the description and in the comments, because I know people who are watching this on their mobile devices, the description for whatever reason doesn't always come up on the apps. So yeah, be with you in just a few moments, number 2 and number 3. Okay. So pile 1, if you chose the number 1 or the hematite, isn't that cool? It's sort of like, it's like a silver black. It's kind of cool. I'm just going to leave that up here so that it gives us a baseline when we're remembering which pile we chose. Okay, so this is going to be Aries. Again, this is your June of 2020. So we're starting out with the Page of Cups. We're moving into the Sun in reverse. I'm going to get them all out and then go over and see what we're looking at. So don't get too excited or worried if you see something that to you looks a little bit unsure or maybe a little on the negative side, overall, it's what you're looking at. It's not necessarily the cards individually. I've got the Tower in reverse. And, oh, remember, I don't know if you were here for the weekly reading the other day, but I do not do the oracle cards in reverse, so whenever they come up like that, I just flip them over. So we have Caring Connection, which actually was in the reading for the 25th. Okay. And we have a No, which underneath says wait, postpone, pause, or say no. So it's not an overall absolute hard line no. So again, we'll keep going. And we have Goddess Maeve with the word determination underneath. And Time to Move On. And this is, it's time to let go of the old and worn out so that new can come in. And last but definitely not least, we have Success. So just making sure that everybody's in shot, as it were, so you guys can see all the cards as we're reviewing them. Okay. So your tarot cards, which is what we always want to start with when we're doing these, for me anyway. You've got the Page of Cups, which is a new, like an excitement. Like pages are really, they're almost like kids, right? So it's something new and exciting in love. It could be in a partnership. It doesn't necessarily have to be a loving partnership. It could be just something that you're really excited about. It's emotional, but not necessarily passionate. Passion would be more if it was the Wands. So you've got something new coming in. Something that's... The Sun in reverse is... Now, the Sun upright is everybody's favorite card. It's the one where everybody's like, oh, it's the best success. In reverse doesn't mean that success isn't happening. It just means there's some steps to take before you get there. So, the new emotions coming in. It's either, like I said, it could be... this could be a love reading, but I know not everybody's into those. So think of it as something new and exciting for you that's coming. It's just starting out though. So the Sun card is going to be an absolute complete, like here it is. You've got your completely paid off, whatever, home, car, whatever. Here you've won the lottery kind of thing. So the Sun in reverse is telling me that whatever this new exciting thing is, it's going to be something to work towards, it's something that's starting out, and it's something to work on. So it's a new project, like I said, it could actually be a new relationship, but it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a new friendship. So new friends group, maybe. And then the Tower in reverse is always a good thing to see. Tower moments aren't bad necessarily, but when you see them in reverse, it's kind of like, phew, I don't have to do that. So you've got the idea of the Tower in reverse is that, to me, it says that you've already been through that. So maybe in May you had something massive happen. Well, it could be either... it could have something to do with the current state of the world. It could have something to do with something that's happened with you personally. And now you're coming out of that. You're coming out of that. Maybe you were something that you were worried about, something that came about that just completely sort of rocked your world is what a Tower moment does. And so coming out of that, you're coming into something new and exciting, or a new and exciting relationship of some type where you're going to meet new people. And it's going to be something to work on, though. So it's not going to become something that's preset, predetermined. It's going to be something that you can grow through. And basically, it is time to move on. So whatever you've been going through in May, whatever that tower moment is that you made it through, you are moving away from it. So it's time to move on. So you're letting go of old and anything that's worn out, and you're making way for new things. Maybe you're spring cleaning your house. I don't know. Get rid of some stuff in the closet, make way for new stuff. That could happen too. And again, this card, the caring connections could again be relationship, but it could also be those friendships that I mentioned that are coming in. So it could just be a new group of people or a new friend who is actually good for you and good to be around, has your back sort of thing, Now, the no here, I think because the no is coming right underneath the upside down or the reversed sun, remember how I said the sun is, the thing comes in complete. So I think that the reversal of the sun means that something's coming, but it needs to be worked on. It's not completely built, not completely finished, not 100% polished, here you go. So the no isn't a no, but it does say underneath, it says wait, postpone, pause, or say no. So you do have the opportunity, as you always do because of free will, you have the opportunity to say no to everything that's here. You can say no to the new connection that's coming in. You can say no to the new opportunity of a friend or a loved one or what have you. You're more than welcome to do that. It could though also be that it's going to be a slow process of a growth of a relationship. So you've got somebody coming in who wants to care about you. You've been through the tower moment. It's time to move on from that. You're ready to sort of come out into the world, as it were, and start anew. But just take it slow. Don't go in completely all fired up, as it were. And again, like I said, it's the Page of Cups, not the Page of Wands. So pause, literally pause. Give yourself a second. Breathe through it. Don't think this is the first person who's come to hang out with me ever since whatever it was that happened in May. I have to grab onto them and make friends with them immediately. That's no. that can actually sometimes, being that needy is a negative word. So being that anxious to be with people and being that anxious to want to hold on to someone can actually make them pull away from you. So when you're feeling those ways, when you're feeling that need to grab onto that connection, like, oh, this is the caring connection, this is it, each time you meet somebody new. And that can happen. I've seen that happen before, where every time somebody new comes in, you're like, is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? Give yourself a breath. Step back from it. Let it progress. So you are determined, that's great, and they are determined, and that's great. But make sure that it's a slow moving connection. So you're moving on, but you need to progress through. You can't go from, I've just met you, now you're my best friend. I wish we could all be like 8 years old again, and it's like, you want to be my best friend? Yes, okay, good, done. Unfortunately, that's not how adults can do things. It'll be very cool though. You are assured success as your final card in this particular spread. You are assured success, and this connection will be a successful one. Through your determination, through your progress, calmness is key. And don't forget, with the caring connection has to go both ways. So meeting someone who cares about you is wonderful. Just remember to put in your 100% on that as well. So they're giving you 100%, you're giving them 100%. 50-50 is not, it doesn't always work that way. Give as much as you can per day. They give as much as they can per day. You lean on them, they lean on you. That's how it should always work. But be determined to be the best person that you can be to assure as much success with your individual connections as you possibly can. I do see this working out. I do see that you, as an Aries, you're going to be determined anyway. As an Aries, you're going to be a go-getter anyway. So this connection that's coming in is for you. Just take a moment, give it that pause, and make sure that the person, I mean, you've got 30 days of June to get through. So if you meet somebody on the 1st, get to know them. If you don't meet somebody until the 28th, it doesn't mean those first 27 days should be anxiety-ridden. They shouldn't, absolutely not. Sometime in June you will meet somebody, and they'll be a great friend and a great connection for you. So this is what I have for you, Pile 1. I hope you have a wonderful month. Please give me a comment below. Let me know how you enjoyed this. And also, if you want to come back with us, I'm going to be doing sort of follow-ups at the end of each section. So at the end of June, about the last week of June, I'll come back and we'll go over what people should have maybe learned or should have experienced that month. What were you supposed to get out of June? Let us know. You picked Pile 1 this time. Did it work out for you? Okay? Have a really great month. Thank you. Okay, we are with Pile 2. And Pile 2, you picked I keep wanting to show it on the side and hope that it actually shows up. It's the Tiger Eye. I love it. It's, like I said, it reminds me of those little licorice squares you get in the bags. So Pile 2, I haven't looked through this, but I'm going to put down all the cards. I'll show you each one as we're putting them down, and then we'll review what the entire message is. Because it's the message that's created by all the cards put together that's meant to be. So please don't get nervous as you see cards coming out if they don't look as favorable as they might. The overall message may be more positive. So we're going to start out with the Chariot. Oh, sorry, a little too close. There you go. So we're starting out with the Chariot. And we also have Judgment. And for the third, the third of the tarot cards, we have the Five of Cups, but it's in reverse. So that's, 5s are always good in reverse. Just because I know what I said before, but I also know that a lot of people see cards in reverse, and that's kind of one of the things that people go, ah. 5s are your best friends when they're in reverse. And I don't read reversals for oracle cards. Please remember that. So this is Align Your Life. It's kind of interesting. What is not aligned or needs to change? It's a question. It's like a rhetorical question. Maybe something for you to be thinking about during June. We also have Madame Brigitte, and she has underneath Redemption. And for our Mermaids and Dolphins, we have Father Healing. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. Father-related, I'm going to go ahead and just say that this is more divine masculine than father, as in father figure. So if some people may not be able to have issues with their actual fathers in any way, so any kind of masculine father figure. And when I say it that way, you can have women who are masculine energy and literally could be like a father figure to you. Trust me. So yeah, basically what it's saying is just give those kind of issues to heaven. So we'll go through that in a second. Sorry, I thought of something to say, but I'm going to wait until, I promised I would wait until we got to the end. Woman holding a coin. And the number 42 is above that. I don't know if that's significant for anybody. I know there's numbers, not numerology, because in numerology that would be a 6. So if you have like a master number 6. And we also have the Grove. Again, this one's number 21, so master number 3, if you're into those. Okay, Aries. So, June of 2020, we have the Chariot, which is fast-moving, driven, Aries. Just Aries. Fast-moving, ambitious, driven. Keeping the cart on the road. I always have 2 of whatever it happens to be. In this case, it's horses, but there's always 2 of them. And you got to keep them on the road. You got to keep the cart on the road. You got to keep everything on the road. So you're not only are you fast moving, but you're keeping everything straight and narrow. And Judgment. Judgment is. It could be something that's you judging something, or somebody. Not somebody judging you, not in that way, but basically a judgment. So it could be something is coming. If you're having any kind of legal issues, there could be the actual verdict, I think they call it. It could be happening this month. So that there's a judgment coming of some type. It doesn't have to be bad. It can be good. It can be in your favor, because they do have judgments that are in people's favor, obviously. Like if you're having a legal issue and somebody, like with lawsuits, divorces, that kind of thing. The 5 of Cups in reverse. Now, the 5 of Cups, when it's upright, is loss. It's basically it's literally being lost in your past emotions. You've gone through a breakup. You're sitting there in remorse. Sometimes you don't know how to go on at that point, because everybody goes through that. If you have been going through that in May, I'm caring about you and hoping that you realize that now you're coming out of that. In June, you are coming out of that. It does take time. This may not be until the end of June, and you won't go from one day thinking about this person and thinking about the loss of whatever it happened to be into spontaneously one morning being happy. It doesn't work that way. But this card coming out this way is telling me that you are coming out of it. You are coming into a more positive light. You are moving forward with the Chariot. A judgment is coming in. This actually could be, if we put the Judgment together with the 5 of Cups in reverse, it could literally be you going, that's it, I'm over, I'm getting past this, I'm done, I can't do this, I can't sit in here and wallow. Wallow is the word I was looking for. Thank you. I can't sit here wallowing or feeling sorry for what I've lost. It's gone, need to move forward. You're basically, that's the judgment. You've decided, it's basically a decision. You've decided, you're moving forward. You don't want to have to deal with this pain anymore as being your focal point for your life. And the align your life actually goes with that as well. So what is not aligned? So what has not been aligned is you being in this 5 of Cups. What is aligned is you coming out of it. So you're starting to align yourself. Now, what do you want to align yourself as? Because remember that coming out of something like that, it's basically also starting a new you in some way. So what needs to change? What isn't going to work for you as you anymore? Like the new you that you've become coming out of this. The new you that you are charging into. The new you that you have decided doesn't have to deal with this anymore. Gone. Pretend that doesn't exist. Gone. Warning. Disclaimer. It's not that fast. Again, doesn't happen that fast, but when you're in this planning stage, you're always like, I need. And you try to drive it out. It does come back occasionally. You will find, on a Thursday evening when you're, watching Netflix, you'll see something on a scene or a car will drive by that looks like theirs or something. And it will come back. But you'll notice as time passes that you don't get as emotional when that happens. It almost becomes like, oh yeah, that person used to drive a car like that. Oh, yeah, but thousands of people would have a car like that, Until one day you actually, and whatever happens to be a Toyota, Audi, whatever, drives by and you literally don't even see it passing. That will happen for you. What you got to work on for June? This is your mission. If you choose to accept it, please don't sue me. What doesn't align with this new version of you? What do you need to change to become this new version? Okay? And I'm not asking you to become someone you're not. I'm asking you to become the new you. So you don't have to go from being a shy, I'm going to use stereotypes for a second, please be okay with that. You don't have to be sort of a shy librarian and all of a sudden, be a club-going party person. Because those kind of transformations can also backfire. But what changes do you have to make or start to make? You don't have to become one person to another in like 30 days. What's the new thing for you? Is there a leather jacket that will make you feel, more beautiful this month? Or, have you always wanted to try making a vegan dish? Or literally, if the places are open, go and test drive a Nissan or whatever, Like, do just one thing that brings you into whoever this new person is. Okay? Now, redemption, underneath the Chariot, is telling us that remember I turned this over? Whatever this was, whatever happened to you, and it doesn't even have to have happened just in May. It could have been happening for the past 2 years. I'm just going to throw out a number. I know people take a long time sometimes to get over stuff. Or to get through. I should never say over, because you don't really get over things. That's not a triggering mechanism. The idea is that you're getting through it. You're becoming this new person, this new version of yourself that's stronger. You're redeeming yourself in a way that, because at times you are going to feel like, how could I have been interested in some I'm going along the lines that it's a relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a business that you tried and didn't work. It could be a job where people just didn't treat you well and you felt used. And you will at times feel extremely angry about that. And you'll feel, I'm stronger than that. Why wasn't I stronger than that? Why did I let that person do that? Why did I let those people treat me that way? How could I possibly have taken that job? Those thoughts will happen because you're trying to find an answer that doesn't exist within you. It doesn't exist within any single person. And their actions towards you have nothing to do with you. It's all completely them and how they were raised, what world they live in, everything to do with them. Your redemption is the new version of you that you're becoming. The stronger version of you will help you to, in the future, in circumstances that are similar to the one that you've just come out of, you are going to not be that person again. Don't get me wrong, you will make a different mistake in a future scenario, but you won't do this again. You'll see those red flags, you'll see those people for what they are, you'll realize too, maybe I should have read the fine print a little more kind of thing. And you'll be able to walk away. That's your redemption. You're redeeming yourself in the fact that the next time you come up against something that looks like what you've just been through, you'll know to walk the other way. You won't be what they call rose-colored glasses. You won't be innocent and I'll give it a chance. Maybe they're different. You'll know what you've been through. And you'll redeem yourself, and that part of you that's unfortunately does have that ability to, and all it is thoughts in your brain. But that part of you that's going to want to accuse you or put you down, you're redeeming yourself so you can tell that part of you to shut up. Okay? Like, honestly, you don't need to listen to the part of you that's telling you you are in any way responsible for what happened or that these things happen to you because of a certain way you've been. Sometimes people need to experience things to know that they exist. You can hear about things as much as you want. You can read about scenarios happening in books all the time, watch them on TV shows, but until it happens to you, and sometimes it happens just that little bit different that you don't see it coming. None of it is on you. It's on the people who did whatever they did. Okay? The father figure issues is making me wonder if it was a masculine individual, whether it was just a masculine type energy or an actual father figure. But your personal power issue increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. Heaven, again, I've said this before, if heaven's not a word that you're aligned with, give your issues to the universe. Give your issues to spirits, to your ancestors, to whoever it is that you talk to that helps you through things. Giving those issues away and giving those worries and that stress away in that respect and asking for help in that respect will actually help you to get through this. I'm sorry, I when I started out this particular spread, I didn't realize that we were going to get into such a heavy tone, but I'm really feeling this tone for the group who chose pile 2. But whatever you've been going through, I'd like to say I'm here for you, and I am in as much as I can be, and as much as I'm hoping that this helps you. And we still have 2 cards to go through. So we do have the woman holding a coin. So this could be you. Now this could have something to do with the judgment. Remember I said the judgment can have something to do with legal issues. So this could be predicting that a monetary settlement will be coming towards your way. But this could also be feminine energy that is assisting you in some way. So somebody that you know, somebody that you're going to meet in June will be able to assist you in a financial way. And it could actually be you and yourself. Because feminine and masculine energies, if you're a gentleman watching this, feminine and masculine energies occur in all people. So this could just be a caring side of you that's starting to nurture more in the financial department as opposed to going full-on business mode, sort of in that masculine, hard-edged way. And lastly, we have the growth. And I don't know if you can really see it, but there's a cute little kitten right there. And this is a bench, it's literally in the middle of a grove. It's like in the middle of a... Oh, it might work better with the angle of the light. But, yeah, so it's basically saying to take a quiet rest, rejuvenate yourself. That can be through meditation. That can be just going to a park and sitting on a bench, going to a beach and sitting by yourself. You may have been in your head a lot, and sometimes it's really a weird thing, but sitting on your sofa or your couch, whichever word you choose to use, and thinking can be negative and detrimental. But for some reason, doing exactly the same thing while you're walking through a park or sitting on a bench can actually be extremely therapeutic. So again, I really do hope that this was a helpful reading to you. I do see that where you are right now is not where you'll be by the end of June. You will be in a better place emotionally. You will be more further removed removed from what you've been through. You are coming out of it, and you are becoming and building that stronger version of you. And yeah, it takes a lot of time, and sometimes it's not even just time. It's not like you can say, okay, by the 30th of June everything will be fine. It's time away from it too. So like I said, get out if you can. I don't know where you live in the world, and some places are still not doing that. But if you can, even go into your backyard, go on your balcony, take a walk in a park by yourself, something where you're outside, and just be in the moment wherever you happen to be as well. Try to stay out of your head for a bit and just be in the moment. And that can be just you reviewing a book that you're reading, or literally just taking note of everything that you see in front of you. Okay? I hope this reading was helpful, and I hope your June is as positive as this looks like it's going to become for you. Please leave a comment and let me know. If you want to share, or if you need to share, please leave a comment and let us know how everything is. And also, I'm letting everybody know to come back at the end of June. I'm going to be doing, what you potentially could have taken away from June as a month as a whole. And we're going to see what kind of energies we learned, what kind of things we've gained. So come back, let us know how you're doing. And I really, really hope you have a meaningful June and a positive one. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Pile 3. We have, again, I'm hoping somebody can tell me what this is. I bought it a while ago. It's either going to be green agate or it's possibly aventurine. So one thing about tumblers is you can't always tell what they are. So we're going to go through, I'm going to put down all the cards, and then we'll review the message as a whole. So if you see cards come out that may not look as favorable for you, just give it a second. There are 8 cards to go through, and the message for you for the month of June is actually the entire message. Okay? So we have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. The 7 of Cups. The mermaid and dolphins for you is make a wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. Okay? Have confidence. Door to romance. Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Okay. I believe this is referring to the Akashic records. I know of them. I don't know that much about them. If anybody has any questions please put them in the comments. And if anybody has more, I can research and look things up for everybody. But if anybody has an answer for a question, also please feel free to let the group know as well. And lastly, the goddess is Maat, and the word underneath is judgment. That's what she's referring to for these. Okay, so bear with me for just a moment while we just sort of review exactly what we're seeing. Okay, so we're going to start with the tarot cards. Again, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is holding on to your finances or being very careful, or it's not necessarily that there's going to be some issue with your finances. It's just for whatever reason you're being very diligent about watching your finances this month. By this month, I mean June of 2020. And we have the Knight of Cups. So we have someone coming in with an offer of, it doesn't have to be romance, but it can be friendship as well. But we do literally right underneath that have the Door to Romance card. So just saying. And then we also have the Seven of Cups, which depicts the idea of choices. Lots of choices. And a whole bunch of different kinds of choices. So you're not going to be spoiled for choices, as they say. Or you are spoiled for choices. Whichever way that saying goes, where it means you have a lot. And then make a wish. So again, this is a magical moment for making wishes, and your manifestations are coming true. So that is awesome. And confidence. So underneath the Four of Pentacles, we have confidence, which means, to me, it's not saying so much that you have to tighten your purse straps, as it were, more that you're being diligent with your spending and your funds, and just maybe doing your own kind of learning to do bookkeeping, or learning to balance your checkbook or your finances maybe a little more. So it's not necessarily that you're literally holding on to every penny. It could just be the concept that it's more on your mind, and you're more paying attention to where everything's going. Not for a bad reason, just maybe you're looking to make a new purchase or go on a trip when everything opens up for that kind of thing again. So you are confident in what you're doing, so don't worry about that. There is confidence in your finances. Like I said, the incoming message of either love or friendship is clarified by the Door to Romance. So now this, if you're single, voila, you will be meeting somebody in June. If you are already connected with someone in some way, whether it's a situationship, that is a hard word to say, situationship, whether you're married in a long term, what have you, it just, when it says door to romance and that something's coming in, it doesn't mean a third party. It doesn't mean that somebody else is coming new. It just means that it's either a renewal of your feelings for the person you're with, or sort of a next level increase in how you're feeling for each other. And the choices. So the Seven of Cups, that is actually clarified by the Akashic, which is your guidance is divinely guided. So that's an interesting way of putting it. Okay. So you do have choices. And it's emotional choices, but not emotional in a bad way. If it was emotional in a bad way, we'd be reversed. These are all, it could be, you could have multiple offers of love coming in some way, or multiple avenues and directions to go. So your guidance is divinely guided is telling me that you do have all these choices, but if you ask that whatever your wording choice is, spirit, the universe, divine, what have you, is available and is willing to help in your decision making. And you do have a manifestation card here, which is always good. So it says it's a magical moment. So your manifestations, whatever you're looking for, is coming. It does say there is a warning of judgment here, though, and I'm taking that not to be that you are being judged, but it's a request from the guides that you please use good judgment in whatever the choices you make are this month. So you're confident with your money. You have love offerings coming in of varying styles and ways, and sometimes different, and some of you have different choices. Remember that this is a general reading for everybody who picked pile 3. So we do have people in the audience who are single. We have people in the audience who are in, I'm going to say it, situationships. And we have people who are married, have people they live with, whatever your current situation is. And so you do always have choices, remember that, but your choices are divinely guided. So whatever your choice is that you are trying to ask for guidance on, whether it has something to do with your finances or it has something to do with your romantic life and romantic prospects, whatever you're trying to manifest to, use good judgment in what's coming towards you, okay? So you will have options, you will have choices. I'm in no way, I have no ability to be anybody's angel on their shoulder or devil on their shoulder or anything like that. That's not what I'm here for. But you do have that for yourself. And it's just asking that you listen to that voice. Whether you want to say that it's a voice from an ancestor calling to you, if it's a voice from the universe calling to you, or it's your own good judgment / conscience. Whatever. Just saying, when you're using that, when you're manifesting, remember what you're manifesting and remember what you're asking for. Okay? Whatever it is, you will be successful. Just remember the manifestation guidelines to act as if. So ask for it, but ask for it in a way where you're not saying that you want it. Say, thank you for the money I have to buy my new car. Thank you for the money I have to pay off my student loans. Thank you for the wonderful connection I have with the person that I'm with, or people that I'm with if you happen to be poly. Thank you for, and then whatever it happens to be. So basically you're acting as if it has already been received, and that is your best option, because that's how the universe will see that this is actually what you want, because it sees you living as if you've already received it. It's because the life that you have right this second that when you're watching this video, the life that you have right this second is based on manifestations, choices, and divine connections that were made months, years, decades previous. So where you are right now is not where you're wanting to be right now. Okay? Where you want to be is with this new whatever your manifestation is. So act as if you have it. It will come to you. Hopefully this was a good reading for you. If you can just give us a comment, like, subscribe, notification bell, and yeah, just let us know also how you're doing, how everything went. Come back at the end of the month as well. Obviously I'm doing periodic readings throughout the month, but at the end of the month I'm going to be doing what lesson should have been learned, or what should have been your takeaway for June. And yeah, so come back and let us know if this worked out. What did you manifest? What did you want? What did you get? Did it all work out for you? Anyway, have an awesome month of June of 2020. Be safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.